Hey, Frog fans, Jamie Plunkett here at the Courtside Club following the NCAA selection show, standing alongside TCU head baseball coach Kirk Saarloos. Coach, 2-seed, College Station region. What was your initial reaction to finding out that you guys were going to be headed to the Texas A&M region?
Well, when we found out we weren't going to host, the next best thing, in my opinion, would be to go to College Station. You know, in terms of our program, we've been there. Our fans, 2.5-hour drive away. We don't have to get on a flight. We get to leave Thursday morning. It's almost kind of like a normal Big 12, weekend. So I was super excited for that when I heard that news.
When you think about TCU baseball winning the regular season championship for the Big 12, it's the first time in the 64-team tournament history that a Big 12 regular season champion isn't hosting. Mm-hmm. Was there any kind of initial disappointment? What was your thought process when you learned that news?
Yeah, there was a little bit, just because winning a Power 5 conference like the Big 12, who is perennially, one of the top 2 or 3 RPI leagues in the country, usually the second, sometimes the first. But at the end of the day, we didn't help ourselves out by going 1-2 this last weekend to increase our RPI. So you can blame it on anybody you want, but ultimately, if we go out and beat a Oklahoma State or beat a Texas or beat both of them, now all of a sudden your RPI is now probably in the 20s, and you don't really have to leave it up to anybody else. So I think ultimately it was should we host? I think so, but our RPI wasn't high enough, and we didn't do enough at the end of the season to be able to bring it up.
When you think about a metric like RPI, too, sitting at 36 right now, is there anything that you guys can do in the future as far as non-conference scheduling goes to maybe help support that a little bit more?
Yeah, it's that's kind of the thing I've been doing, the whole year, really, just to see other teams and who they schedule and how is this team with this record have this RPI, and really trying to figure out a way to break the code. And I know a lot of it is you got to go on the road and play good teams that are also going to play other good teams. And, but those mid-majors, I think, are huge for non-conference scheduling, just because those teams are going to go, after playing probably a pretty tough non-conference schedule, are going to go beat up their conference. And they're going to win a lot of ball games. And so, I don't think there's a perfect science to it. I think that the easiest way to do it is to win games. I don't think Tennessee has a problem scheduling with RPI. They win 53 games and only lose 7. You're probably going to have a very good RPI. So we got to win more games. And probably the big thing, too, is we don't want to, on Tuesdays, you don't want to schedule games that are taking kids away from class. So we're kind of geographically, you're only allowed to basically kind of have a certain amount of teams that you can kind of play. So it comes down to you just got to win more games.
Turning back to the College Station Regional now, obviously there's a lot of postseason history between Texas A&M and TCU. When you think about those past super regionals and regional experiences, is there anything that you can draw from those experiences to help this team get prepared?
Yeah, so I wasn't here for the 2012 regional where they went down and won that regional, but I was here for the 2016 super regional, and I think this team has a lot of those characteristics in terms of, I don't think anybody really gave that 2016 team a chance. A&M was the team that was supposed to go, and our guys enjoyed being the underdog and playing in that environment and knowing that the pressure was on them and not on us. And so really, for us, that's kind of what we're going to be going about this regional as well. Hey, we won the Big 12. We're a good baseball team, but we're going to go into this thing like an underdog and knowing that we're going to enjoy the environment and kind of playing free and loose because, hey, we don't have anything to lose. This isn't our regional. And we're going to go have fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to have to go out and take it. Nothing's going to be given to us. So it's going to be a really fun weekend.
When you think about the added storyline, too, of coaching against Jim Schlossnagle, does that give you any extra motivation heading into this thing?
No, not really. Because ultimately it's about the 30 guys that we have on our roster. And I know it's the same way with Coach Schlossnagle. It has really nothing to do with the head coaches. I have to wear a uniform. I don't ever know why I have to, because I'm not going to slide or take in that bat anytime soon. But it's about it's all about the other guys that are in the dugout and playing, and it's not going to take away or add anything, I think, to the game. I think there's way more to play for than 2 guys that used to coach together.
And obviously, before any opportunity to play Texas A&M, you guys are facing Louisiana. What can you tell us right now about the Raging Cajuns?
Really good team, hard-nosed team. Coach Steggs has won everywhere he's gone, and they're gonna. They're offensive. They're gonna use the kind of the stolen base game and the running, kind of like what we're trying to do too, in terms of, not going to bunt a lot, not a ton of home runs. I think Rockefort might have 16, and then I think everybody else is under double digits, but 134 bags out of 172. So they're really going to try and press, and run on you a bunch, and then try and score from there. But I think their team ERA is a little bit over 4, which in this day and age is pretty good. It used to be like a under 3 ERA was a good year. Now under a 4 ERA is a good year. It just seems like the baseball's flying and not as many strikes being thrown, and so I think there's a lot more runs being scored. So we're gonna have our hands full, So we're gonna have to. We don't know where we're gonna go with rotation yet, but whoever we do run out there, they're gonna have to be on their A game.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.